Hello, everyone. Andrew here, and I am speaking to you directly from America. Okay, so I am here to talk a little bit about this new fundraiser that I'm putting up on Facebook, and please share this with anyone and everyone under the sun, especially people who are excited to change the world by helping one child at a time. This particular fundraiser is going toward the Orlandovtsi village again, but this time it's with a little bit of a twist. So if you had donated, actually the two people that donated to the last fundraiser was my grandmother, Peggy Fisher, and my sister, Abigail Faber. So thank you, both of you, for donating and putting your resources towards helping change these lives. This time, this fundraiser is for a very pointed purpose. I have spent a couple of weeks there, going with Stoyanka to help out in whatever way I can. And over the time that I've been there, I've just sort of come up with some ideas for classes to provide to the students. And these classes are not only to enhance their learning and knowledge, but also to give them something that even other students in public schools wouldn't have, so that they have an advantage in their education. So the four classes that I like to teach, the first one is a science experiment class. So after 2 months over there and sort of looking at a couple different schools and then my own school that I'm going to be working at, just realized that science experiments aren't necessarily happening all the time the way that we might see them happening on a weekly basis, maybe here in the States. They aren't happening like that over there. So I'd like to do a science experiment class with them so that we can sort of get science on the mind and get the kids really excited about what science really is. And science really isn't about paper and reading. Science is about the exploration of the world around us using our five senses. So that's the first class that I am going to start. The second class is Lego Education. For those of you that don't know what Lego Education is, it isn't about playing with Legos. It's about enhancing science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM. And so it allows the students to develop and engineer their own different robots. There's guided curriculum that leads up to this. You know, they get to build something off of directions and so forth, but eventually they're building their own design, and the robots or whatever design they're creating gets programmed by a computer. Actually, in the case that I'm the curriculum that I'm bringing, they'll be programmed by iPads. So the students will learn not only how to engineer and gain this creativity of designing things, but they're also going to be programming and learning that idea of what programming looks like, and hopefully get them excited about maybe a future in programming or any kind of technology based future. So that is Lego Education. That's the second class. The third is a knitting class, and knitting class, of course, is just a basic hobby / skill. Already I've got 3 students who have this great idea of making hats and selling them so that they can make a little extra money for their families. So knitting would be the third class, and then of course the last class would be puppeting. And while puppeting might seem like it's a silly class or it's just for fun or whatever it is, you got a couple of different things that happen in a class of puppeteering. The first thing is learning to work together, building this team building kind of thing, and it teaches them how to, especially in high stress situations, how to work with each other to figure out and problem solve whatever situations might come up. Second thing is it allows them to be given the responsibility of ministry. Now, of course, I'm going to speak a little bit of Christianese for a little bit, but to give children the gift of ministering to others is a huge and amazing gift. And I remember when I was in the puppets in high school, we were sharing the gospel of Christ to people, and it was amazing. And puppeting is disarming. It's something that's enjoyable to all, even adults, and it's just going to be a great way for these kids to be given this responsibility that they can can share the good news of Christ with others through puppeting. And then of course there's like public speaking and performing arts, just all that stuff that sort of wraps up in this puppeting class. So this was really exciting to me, and I thought, oh, this is great. I'm so ready to start these classes. Of course, then the situation of visa issues and having to get deported here sort of came up. So then I started thinking this actually is really an opportunity, because there are a lot of resources that are either way more expensive in Bulgaria than here, or that are just non-existent in Bulgaria and I can only get here, or it's just much easier to get here. So I decided I was going to gather all the supplies I needed now so that I could have them ready when I return there to start those classes. So I started calculating the prices and figuring things out, and realized that these classes are not cheap classes. But I set up this fundraiser because I feel like there are still people out there who might want to be a part of this world-changing event. Like, it's a little bit selfish to only have a select group of people being a part of this exciting change for these children, which will eventually, hopefully, grow into other schools. Lego education, for example, is something that can expand to public schools or to other villages quite easily. Puppeting is a little bit more delicate because it's sort of a ministry, so you would want to have it available for ministry opportunities, but then there's the youth at the church that could be using that. Knitting is something that could easily be spread, and knitting is a low-cost class. The science experimenting class, that one could be spread too, although that one is, as far as the logistics go, it's going to be difficult because I won't be able to gather science supplies here other than, say, glassware, just because chemicals on a plane might not be the safest route. So, and I've found that a lot of things like isopropyl alcohol can be very expensive in Europe in comparison to the United States. So, what I've done in this crowd raiser is one of the pictures, or two of the pictures, should have an Excel sheet that shows all the different costs for the different classes, specifically like puppet stage, or puppets, or cashmere yarn, or acrylic yarn, or a Lego kit, or an iPad. And I've tried to really hard, really tried to find sort of the lowest cost avenues. Now, hopefully, if you've made it through this much of the video, into the 10th minute, then you're someone who is wanting to be a world changer. You're wanting to put your resources towards these children's lives, so that you can make a difference in their lives, so that they can make a difference in others' lives, and we can create this chain of world changing. If that's you, I looked for low budget things, but but I'm actually not too picky about it. For example, I'm buying iPad mini 2s on Amazon that are refurbished so that the costs can be significantly lower than, say, buying an iPad 4. However, if you want to donate an iPad 4, I would never say no to that. If you want to donate your old iPad, I think it needs to be an iPad 2 or newer, just because of that, then I would not say no to that. If for some reason you have WeDo kits, WeDo 2.0, and it's all in the Excel sheet, or you have yarn, or you have yarn needles, or you have puppets. I probably won't have puppets, but if you do, we want them in relatively good condition. I really would like to show these students, these children, that these classes are classes that we are going to, start with good products, or relatively good products. I'm not looking for brand new things, but things that they can be proud of and be sure to take care of, or I will, teach them how to take care of it. So what I'm saying, I guess, is that I don't want to limit your generosity. If you want to donate something nicer, that's great. I'm only bringing WeDo 2.0 kits. You'll see in the spreadsheet, it's something like $171. The EV3 kits, way better, especially for some of the older kids. Those are going to come closer to $300 or $400. They're much more expensive. If you want to donate money, though, for an EV3 kit, then please let me know. Or if you have an EV3 kit that you would like to donate, please, that would be wonderful. I have purposely made sure that I have very few things that I brought from Bulgaria, so that when I go back there in October, I will be able to carry these supplies. So the time is very limited. We have until, I would say, let's say October 1, September 30, because honestly, I don't know when I get my visa, and when I do, I'm flying out the next day. And so I really want to try and get these supplies gathered. If you're donating money, I would so much appreciate that sooner than later, so that I can be purchasing the supplies, because those supplies have to arrive to me, and then I pack them in my bag and things like that. If you're donating something that you already have, like an iPad mini 2 or a Lego kit or yarn or whatever, then that's great. If you can get it to me before October 1, that's much easier, because that would be relatively immediate. So yeah, that is my little blurb. It's a long blurb, but it is what it is. So anyway, thank you so much. I really am so excited about this. I am so excited to be part of this movement of changing the world one child at a time. I'm so excited about this. I'm really hoping with the situation of the visa and getting a business, Change the World Schools Limited, something like that. It's 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 going to be officially a business. Would appreciate anything, even some good words. I mean, really anything that you can offer. And if you're, again, I made the spreadsheet because if you're someone who is like ready to donate like $10 whole, that I want you to feel comfortable donating $10 whole, because that can still provide something like a couple balls of yarn, or knitting needles. And if you have $500 that you're wanting to donate, then of course that would be so appreciated. Well, I just want you to feel comfortable and know that whatever you give, however small or large, even if you're not giving any financial money and you're just giving your thought, your time, a little note saying that you're thinking about us, anything like that, it would be so awesome to have you as part of this team of world changers, because we cannot change the world alone. It's the quote, and I can't even remember the name of the guy that said it, but it's I can't be everything to everyone, but I can be something to someone, and together we can change the world. I added that last part, together we can change the world. And it's true. If we work together as a community, we can definitely just be world changers. And so I'm very excited to be a part of that, and I hope you will be too. So thank you so much for watching 15 minutes and 45 seconds of this, and have a wonderful day.